up, geeks? Merry Christmas, guys. We made it. Hey guys, it's been a crazy year and we all have made it. We all stuck in there. I hope that you guys are hanging in there. I hope you guys are spending time with your family, and I hope that you're trying your best to spend time with God. You're getting to know God. I hope this channel is providing that type of content for you, and there are so many Christian channels out there that do the same thing that I do. So I hope that you guys are searching, you're seeking, and you're just looking for somebody to just fill you up so you guys can be closer to God. This Christmas, I want to do something special for you guys on this channel. I want to bring you more content, quality content of course, but at a little bit of faster pace. Mainly because it's Christmas time, and around this time a lot of people experience depression. It's one of the #1 topics looked up on Google around Christmas time, depression. So I really want to bring some content to you guys, but we can just have some chats, we can talk, and we can really just dive into what does God have to say about these topics like depression and anxiety and insecurity. I want to be going live on the channel sometimes, maybe doing some Bible studies. So if you guys see me live, feel free to jump in, say hello, ask a question. Sometimes my wife will be on there with me. My lovely bride will be hosting with me, and sometimes she won't be. But you guys are more than welcome to jump in there, and let's get some Bible study cracking around the holidays. I hope you guys take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and do your best to draw close to God this season. 2021 is coming, and what do you want your year to look like? So you guys have a Merry Christmas. Stay up on this content, watch God, chase good news. And what do I always say, guys? Love yourselves, love one another, but most of all, love God. Peace. What's up, geeks? It's your guy Q here, aka JGTV, and we are back with another one, guys. Today, I'm coming to you guys with something that is near and dear to my heart. I want to talk to you guys today about my top 10 favorite pastors. Now, what brought this on was I figured, you know, there's some states that are shutting down again, restrictions are coming back on, and some of you guys are going to be on YouTube and just looking for things to watch. As we talked about during the holidays, people experience a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of sadness, so I just want to bring you guys some content that you can binge on. Yes, I have binged on these pastors, and let me just say this was a hard list to write, okay? I definitely have some 1.1s, some 10.1s, but we're gonna get into this list. I hope this encourages you guys, it motivates you guys, and I encourage you guys to go check these pastors out. I'm gonna be telling you the names and what church are they the lead pastors of, and you guys go check out their YouTube channels. So let's get right into it. Now, I'm not gonna say this in any type of order or anything like that. I'm just gonna kind of go up and down the list, and we're gonna get right to it, right? So the first pastor, Pastor Rich Wilkerson. I love Pastor Rich. He is the lead pastor of View Church out in Miami, Florida. And I've been watching Pastor Rich now for probably about 4 years. Pastor Rich, super relatable guy, great swag, like usually has on some great gear, great personality, and I like the way he delivers the scripture. Like, he's really good for someone who maybe hasn't been in church for a while, maybe has a lot of stigmas about church, like, you know, it's super religious, I don't know if I should go back. Pastor Rich Wilkerson is great for even the seasoned believer, but he's just great in general. Like, he delivers his content awesome, super relatable guy. Vu's Church down in Miami, Florida. You guys go check him out. Go check his YouTube channel out. Next pastor, Pastor Judah Smith. I love Pastor Judah. Shout out to Pastor Judah. He is out in Seattle, Washington, and he's the lead pastor of Church Home. Pastor Judah, I've probably been watching him maybe about 4.5 years now. The first sermon I've ever saw by Pastor Judah was, I think he was at Pastor Craig Groeschel's church, and he had on some red sneakers. And this was a while ago, so he had like the Bieber hairstyle, right? Shout out to Justin Bieber. His hair looks great now, by the way. He does not have this hairstyle, but it was the hat hairstyle, and it was just like, man, super slick down and going to the side. He had on some red sneakers, and he was just preaching about like how he just learned about the 5 love languages, and how he said something like dumb to his wife, and they didn't have like their first kid for like the first 5 years of their marriage or something like that. So great guy, really funny guy. I love the way Pastor Judah like kind of brings stories full circle. Like, he's really good at that. Kind of like when you have this aha moment, you're like, oh, this is where he was going with this. I understand now. So super relatable, like great storyteller. Love the way he delivered the scriptures. His YouTube channel is called Church Home. You guys go and check that out. You're gonna love Pastor Judah. Next pastor, Pastor Miles McPherson. Pastor Miles is located out in San Diego, California. He is the lead pastor of Rock Church. I love Pastor Miles McPherson. He has literally been a great blessing to my life. He preached a sermon. I can't remember if it was last year or if it was in 2018, but it was about discipleship. And when he preached this sermon, it truly blessed my life. I didn't even know I cared about discipleship. If I'm honest with you guys, I didn't even know how important it was. But the way he delivered this message and he taught it, it really blessed my life. Shortly after that, I led a men's group from my home, and after that stayed in touch with a lot of the guys. Then later on started to disciple a couple of men younger than me and close to my age, and it's just been a real blessing for my life. Like, discipleship is something that I encourage all of you guys to do. If it's not something you know about, there's tons of information on YouTube. Tons of pastors preach about this. Go out there, look it up, try to really learn about what discipleship is. You know, what Jesus had to say about it, because he had something to say about it. He actually was the greatest example of it. And yeah, learn about that. Like, do that. Pastor Miles McPherson, Rock Church. Go check him out, guys. Next pastor, Pastor Michael Todd. Now, if you guys don't know Pastor Mike, you've been under a rock. Come from under that rock, man. Pastor Mike, I love this guy. I've probably been watching Pastor Mike about 4.5 years now, 5 years now. He is the lead pastor of Transformation Church. He's out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that's his YouTube channel also. Man, go check Pastor Mike out, man. Like, swag on 1001. I mean, the first time I even saw Pastor Mike, I never forget, I was scrolling through YouTube, and I don't even think I was looking for a sermon per se, but I think I was, because I think I was watching another pastor I'm going to bring up to you guys shortly. But I saw Pastor Mike in the feed, and I mean, he just had on like this outfit and some nice kicks. And I didn't recognize him because I had saw something by him before when he was in the suit, and the video quality was not so great. But then I did recognize him, and I clicked on it, and I'm just like, man, like, he's dressed like this now. And you know, it was just the way he delivered the message, like, super funny, super relatable guy. Like, he'll keep you engaged the whole time. I love the way that he just speaks about the scriptures and how he delivers it, especially to the younger generation, but just to everybody. He's an all-around great pastor. Has a book out called Relationship Goals. Go check that out. He did a sermon series on relationship goals. Go check that out. And the first series that I think about that comes to mind with Pastor Mike, it's so many of them, but probably one of the ones that has blessed me the most, Grace Like a Flood, was one of them, but I would probably say it was Crazy Faith. And you guys go check that out. I was in that series with them as they went through that series. I was tuned in every single Sunday, and we were in that series about four months, I think it was. Everybody has a favorite part. My favorite part of Crazy Faith is Hades Faith. I can't remember the number. I think it's part 18. I'm not sure on that, but it's called Hades Faith. So you guys go check out Pastor Mike's YouTube channel, Transformation Church. Awesome pastor. Shout out to you, Pastor Mike. All right, guys. Next pastor, Pastor Matt Brown. This guy is the pastor of Sandals Church out in Riverside, California. Let me just say this. I love Pastor Matt Brown. He's probably one of the best communicators on the planet, in my opinion. I've been watching Pastor Matt about 4 years now. And he has just been an extreme blessing to my life. Super great at just exegeting scripture, not a big deal, just a word meaning. He's great at looking at scripture, reading it, drawing it out, kind of telling you what the meaning of it is, what's going on here, what audience the author's talking to, why they're delivering this message. The way he teaches is awesome. You'll learn a lot watching him. I think he's really good for someone who maybe has a background in maybe church and religion, or for someone who doesn't, because the way he delivers scriptures, like, he's really good at making you understand it. He has a debrief show called The Debrief Show, and it's also connected to Sandals Church. Go watch that. He digs deeper into usually a Sunday sermon. Sometimes he answers questions that some of the viewers have, and it's him and a guy by the name of Jeff Y on there. Shout out to you, Jeff, you're awesome. Pastor Matt, I love you and Jeff on there together. I've been watching the debrief since it was I think Justin and Stephanie on there. So I love what you guys are doing. I love Sandra's Church. The minute I get a chance to come out there, I'm coming. You guys are awesome. Go check out Sandra's Church YouTube channel, Pastor Matt Brown. Okay, next up, Dr. Darius Daniels. Now, I love Dr. Darius Daniels. He actually has a campus out in New Jersey. I think it's Ewing, New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. And he has a campus in Orlando, Florida. And Dr. Daniels, listen, he's the man. Like, Dr. Darius Daniels, he's the man. I've been watching him probably for a total of about three and a half years now. The first time I've seen him on YouTube, he was preaching a sermon, and I can't recall the sermon, but he had on some bread lemons, and I was like, man, what is going on? Like, this guy is a doctor, a pastor, and he's wearing like these bread, like, this is on point. And super great message, great relatable guy, awesome personality, and he brings it. Like, he brings the word. I think he's a true blessing to all communities. But I think, like, if I could just get his channel out to a lot of people in the black community, and they would just watch this guy, I think that he's life-changing. He's life-changing for all communities, but he is something special. Like, I love Dr. Darius Daniels. I hope to meet him one day. I can't wait to visit his church. You guys go check out his YouTube channel. He is the lead pastor of Change Church. And his YouTube channel is Dr. Darius Daniels TV. So you guys go check that out. Next pastor, Pastor Jensen Franklin. Pastor Jensen Franklin, he's located out in, I believe it's Gainesville, Georgia, and he's the lead pastor of Free Chapel. You're gonna love Pastor Jensen. He's funny, man. This guy is funny. I love the way he delivers the message. Just great. He's great at bringing everything full circle. Great at just helping you understand what's going on in the text. And I mean, he's so funny. He does like these little faces when he's mocking people and he's making fun of things, and it's just so hilarious. So I encourage you guys to go check out Pastor Jensen Franklin. He's awesome. He's blessed my life. I can't wait to visit his church. Free Chapel, go check out their YouTube channel. Next pastor, Dr. Tony Evans. I love Dr. Tony Evans. He is the lead pastor of Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship, and that is in Dallas, Texas. Dr. Tony Evans, he is a great pastor. I love what he preaches when it comes to prayer. I love what he preaches when it comes to spiritual warfare. These sermons on prayer, spiritual warfare, fasting, like hearing God's voice, like, he has blessed my life. I love the way he preaches, man. He brings the word. It is just so comforting how he delivers this word. You're going to understand it. You're going to feel it. Go check out Dr. Tony Evans' YouTube channel. Next pastor, Pastor Robert Morris. Pastor Robert Morris is the lead pastor of Gateway Church out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I believe, out in Texas. Go check him out. He is the lead pastor of Gateway Church. I love Pastor Robert Morris. He has blessed my life tremendously. I can say that Pastor Robert Morris, he is not the reason why I tithe, but he is why I understand tithing the way that I do. He is an awesome teacher. I love the way he delivers the word. Super exegetical just means he draws out scripture really well. He can tell you what's going on. He can tell you who the author is preaching to, why the author is writing to this audience, what's going on during this time. He is a great teacher. He's a very well-known pastor, but if you don't know him, Gateway Church, Robert Morris, go check him out. And I do believe that you guys are going to be blessed. One sermon series that comes to mind by Pastor Robert when I think about it is Dominion. And when he taught this, you know, he had like a more than words bread, more than words water. And I mean, this just truly blessed me. Like, the things that he teaches about and the way that he goes into it, he's not afraid to talk about anything. He has talked about the first coming. He has talked about the second coming. You guys go check out Pastor Robert Morris. He's awesome. Okay, and last but not least, right? Bishop T.D. Jakes. Bishop, shout out to you, Bishop. I love Bishop T.D. Jakes. This man can preach, and I know you guys know who Bishop is. If you don't, now you know. You better go check him out. He is the lead pastor of the Potter's House, and he is in the Dallas, Texas area. My mom has been watching Bishop T.D. Jakes for years, and what's funny is that she would try to get me to watch him when I was a teenager, and I would just never do it. Like, and you know what? It's nothing against you, Bishop. You know, being a teenager, being crazy, right? I would just like see him in a suit, and I would be like, nah, I'm good. I'm not watching that, right? But it's crazy because as the years going on, like, and I did watch him when he was predominantly wearing suits, but you know, sometimes he doesn't always wear a suit now, and I've watched him for a couple of years now, and I mean, man, he's just blessed my life with the way that he just brings things full circle. He tells stories so great. He articulates them so well. And I mean, he could wear a suit, boy. Bishop, you can wear a suit, man. His suit game is crazy. I remember I was watching the interview and he was telling a story how people would make fun of him because he only had like one suit. I'm like, man, he got the suit game on lock now. Like, he's the man. And one sermon that comes to mind when I think about Bishop T.D. Jakes is, he actually did, it's not that long ago, but he actually preached a sermon called, it was titled, I Didn't Know I Was Me. And I was like, man, he preached that thing. I mean, you guys need to go find that sermon. I encourage you to go watch any sermon by him. But definitely that one, it was so awesome. He even tunes in on a conversation that he says we had with God before we were in our mother's womb. And it blessed me. It blessed my life. So shout out to you, Bishop. I love you. I hope you guys were encouraged by this. And there are so many more pastors I can name, guys. I mean, Pastor Robert Madu, Pastor Stephen Chandler. Like, I love these guys. Like, seriously. And this was a hard list to write. And I'm not going to go any further because I might do a part 2 to this. So that's it. We're done. I'm not saying anything else. I am going to bring you guys next my top 10 favorite Christian influencers on YouTube. And here's the thing, the reason why I think you guys need to know this is because these guys are killing the game. Like, there are these Christian YouTubers, they are killing the game, man. And while you guys are looking for encouragement, inspiration, you're looking for something to just ease your soul, right? Because we know where to go when our body hurts. We know where to go where our back hurts. We know where to go when our leg hurts and when we're sick. But what about when our soul is sick, right? Like, we have to learn how to find how to replenish our soul. So I think me showing you guys my top 10 favorite Christian YouTubers is going to be a blessing. And you guys gotta go check these out. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up next. What I always say, love yourselves, love one another, but most of all, love God. You guys be easy. Peace.